First, I'd like to introduce Jack and Michelle Lafied, very, very good friends of ours from Dallas. We're very happy that you allowed us to come into your home and kind of just chat you up about a few topics. Some of them you'll love. Dogs
Yes.
is one of your favorite topics. So we've recently done a blog post about how easy it is to travel with dogs, and we just wanted to get an insight from an owner that travels with dogs. So maybe if you could just tell us, is it easy? Is it hard? What do you have to do to get them here?
Well, it's all relative, obviously, but it is easier as far as documentation for the dog's health. It has become much easier since 2012 when we first started traveling with Camo. Now, you just have to have a health certificate from your veterinarian and a rabies certificate. In previous years, it had to be within a certain hour of your departure, and now they've become a little bit easier, and they let you do it more at your own time. So that's genius, and I really appreciate that. I guess of the government, I think that's who's changed that. I'm not sure who managed that, but they did. But certainly, a dog Misha's size. I think Alaska Airlines is the only one right now that is letting dogs travel in cargo. American Airlines has cut that out, and emotional support dogs have been cut out altogether. So, and Camo just misses the size limit of being able to be put underneath the seat in first class. So we do travel private with the dogs.
Right, I understand. Many of our owners and your neighbors do bring their dogs. And
Yes.
You guys are here for a very long time. I mean, which is, I think, is another topic, is
Right.
how long you come and stay here. I know you have homes in Aspen and Dallas and other places, but you spend a lot of time here.
This year, we've been here since the day after Christmas, and I've so enjoyed it. And one of the reasons why was getting the dogs here and going back and forth. I just don't think it's feasible. And it was just a perfect excuse to stay, and that was all I needed. So we're here. Here it is on May, and almost May, and I'm going to be going home soon, and I'm not looking forward to it.
You're sad about that.
Yes, I'm very sad.
Well, we're going to be sad when you leave, so, but we'll catch up with you this summer. in Aspen,
Absolutely.
So we'll come to see
I'm
you.
going to hope that you are going to visit us.
Yes, we will. So Jack, do you have anything to add to this? You've been very quiet about the dogs, I know.
No, I have no choice. I'm just happy that I get to come along with the dogs.
Right, that's true.
We jokingly, and amongst all of our friends, we call the planes we fly down in here Camo Air.
Yes.
So fly Camo Air now. So, but it's as Michelle said, it's unfortunate the airlines have shut down some of the availability to take small dogs at least on the plane, and so it makes it a little more difficult. But again, as she indicated, the paperwork is gotten really easy to come to Mexico.
And what about vet care? What about keeping them healthy? Can you speak to that?
It has been so amazing as our own human medical care here. If I need to have the veterinarian come, he comes to the house.
You have house calls,
Yes,
dog
we have
calls.
house calls with the veterinarian, and it diffuses so much of Camo's anxiety.
Sure, no, I get
When
it.
she goes to the vet in Dallas, she just shakes. It's a big
Well, that's what I
deal.
do when they take me to the doctor. I shake too, so I get it. I
Right,
understand.
So it's much nicer situation, and I don't have to like stoke them up with CBD pills.
I understand. But the quality of care,
Oh,
you have a lot of
absolutely.
confidence in your local
I
vet
have
here.
great confidence in him, and as I have great confidence in my medical doctor here.
Well, maybe that's another topic that you want to
Yes.
talk about. Because oftentimes, I know when we decided to move here, medical care for us humans was probably our biggest concern. And I know you've had a great experience like Stephanie has, and maybe you can just talk a little bit about Dr. Serta and your experience with the medical care here.
Dr. Serta is probably the primo diagnostician I have ever met in all of my
Wow, so
experience with American doctors. And what I've come to understand is that he has been trained in the classical French method, which is quite different than American doctors. And he will sit down and listen to you, like you will walk into his office and he looks at you first, rather than asking you all of these questions and filling out, a long form of your symptoms. He looks at your body and understands where you are with your health. And I had never experienced that until I came here. He's genius. I love him. And
Whatever he's doing for
He's-
you
he's
is working.
working.
I know you
Yes.
look great. You feel great, I
I feel
presume.
amazing. When I go home, I have to make sure I do all my medical here, and then when I go home to America, I just wait till I come back here.
And Jack, have you gone to the doctor?
No, I try not to. But actually they come here. As the
Another, that's
Well,
You will come and
You
visit.
guys are getting spoiled here.
Yes,
I can see that
absolutely.
your lifestyle here is, you're being spoiled by us.
Thank you, Michael.
Well, the first thing I say when people ask about what do you like about Cabo, is I say the people, and that goes the full rainbow. I mean, you talk about the people from the Club 96 that we enjoy. They become their friends, all the way to professionals such as doctors and lawyers or whatever that you have to deal with. So it's a different culture down here. I think it's the positive side of I'll call the gringo culture, but it's the positive side of it, and mixed with the positive side of the Mexican culture, and I think the two blend well together. And so it's one of the main things that we'll tell people from the very beginning. You'll really enjoy it. Then it's the food and the tequila and the fun you can have down here. So,
But you guys have been here a long time.
Yeah,
We
you-
met you in 2012.
yeah, we
Yes.
unfortunately, I mean, we fortunately met you.
No.
She fortunately.
Well, I was going to say, let me correct that. Michelle and I were collaborating against you.
That's right.
So you just kind of were able to come along, like you said.
Come along.
Michelle and I met, and this home was one of the premier properties in the neighborhood, and it wasn't even on the market at the time.
Right.
And so you were able to buy Mr. Hatfield's home, and it didn't look like this when you bought it.
And a good bones.
It had good bones, but maybe you can speak to the construction quality, Jack. That's kind of your thing.
And what we noticed from Oshie was the way they build homes and on the cliffs. As a lot of people know from they've been down here, we brought a close friend of ours out of Aspen, who's one of the top builders for the last 40 years in Aspen. And first thing he said when he saw the rock walls was, I need to find those guys and take them back to the United States with me because we can't build walls like that. And so the quality, we've been through the Hurricane Odell 6 years ago now.
2014.
And the homes aren't damaged at all. We lost a lot of roof tiles, and I'm sure there's a breach of water that would damage the insides of some of the houses. And so there was, but the structures themselves were strong. So we were fortunate to get Mr. Hatfield's chosen lot, and we ended up with a couple lots out of it. But the view is amazing, and he knew how to pick it. He had the vision. We just piggybacked his vision, and then the good news was we were able to then decide. As I tell people, we turned our house into a second home versus a vacation home, and there's quite a difference between the two.
Sure.
We're going to stay here for 4 months out of the year, extended time, as Michelle indicated earlier. Then you want a home that you live in, and it's your house, and when guests come, they aren't disrupting your day-to-day life. They're just joining in, and so the remodeling that we did, done by Villa Demar Development, was basically around opening the house up a lot more for guests to be able to move without our intervention, and then to be able to move around without bothering us if they'd like to do things.
And your family's growing, and you kind of did that because your kids are starting to have kids, and
Right.
so that was the necessity or the impetus for you to kind of expand what you had here.
Some of our friends have earlier hours in the morning than we do,
Sure.
so we put them down here.
I get it. I totally understand. Well, when we finish the remodel, maybe you can speak to, well, we're sitting here with beautiful art around us. I mean, I know that that's one of your passions, and maybe you can speak to the art community here. I know you've bought some art here locally. You brought a lot of it with you, but maybe there's a real art culture.
There certainly is, and it's part of what, when I have friends come and visit, I had a college girlfriend just yesterday, and she said, what have you been doing since Christmas? And it's just endless. There's something every day. We have the organic markets where we have lots of cultural art that you can buy, and I bought several watercolor from there 2 weeks ago from a woman who does opera sets in Mexico City, and I really look forward to meeting her. She is a family of 5 sisters, and they're all very creatively talented and just really colorful watercolors. I commissioned a piece upstairs in one of the bedrooms from one of the local galleries here, from a local retired, I think she's American, and retired here for several years, abstract piece, which I do cleave to. But and the other pieces I have shipped down, and that's an interesting process, which I didn't understand. My interior designer has helped me with that. It gets shipped to San Diego, and then a truck comes down once a week with lots of goodies. So it's like Christmas. Jack's like, is there another truck
Another truck
coming?
pulling up.
What's the next one?
And maybe when he built that gate out front. I don't know.
The truck should go in.
So you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But it's a very safe process, but you do have to entrust the local shipper, or you may very well lose your load across the border. And I have heard
The
about
logistics
that.
are
Yes.
complex, so
They
it's
are.
not easy, but it's doable.
It's quite
And
doable.
as evidenced by the fact that you have a house full of art, it must have worked out okay.
Yeah.
Not for Jack, of course, but much better for
We
you.
both enjoy it. Yeah.
But it's, even you could ship, people ask me how, did we drive our cars down here? No, they're easily shipped. From Dallas, we'll ship it to San Diego, and then Bill DeMar management takes care of it and brings it down from San Diego.
It just shows up one day in
Shows
your
up-
garage, right?
Shows up quicker than both of them. 2 cars we've had brought down here showed up faster than we expected. And so easy to bring them down and move around. I think that, Cabo itself has grown so much, and the American economy has grown the base of the area so much that now we're seeing more cars on the road. We're seeing quality cars on the road. We're seeing boats, a lot more boats like yours. In the we never had 10 years or 9 years ago. We didn't have anybody. And you correct me, but I don't think there was anybody that we knew and were friends with here in Villa Mar that had a boat. Now we have a fleet almost.
We have 8, I think at last count, and you guys will be 9,
Yeah,
and you get yours.
Very
So
exciting.
we're having a fleet almost of
And I
boats.
think that speaks to not only the quality of people that are coming here, but also, to your point, people want to stay longer.
Yes.
And because they stay longer, they want more activities.
Speaks to one other item, and that's comfort.
I was going to get to that
There's a
because
comfort
that's
item.
the number one question I get, and I wanted your help on that, is Mexico safe? Or do you guys feel safe here?
I absolutely feel safe. I mean, when I get in the car, and I drive a small sports car, and I'm not blonde anymore, but my daughter's, Mom, really? Are you? And I'm like, yes, Leah, I feel so safe, and I will drive up to Flora Farms by myself, and I mean, there are certain parts that, in the barrio I would not go.
Like any
Like
town.
South Dallas.
Mhm,
I
right.
wouldn't drive through South Dallas by myself either. But yes, and we have our little bubble here, and it's so well accommodated that oftentimes I don't really need to get out. I'm just happy here.
Right.
Well, for those that might be a little skittish about it, Villa de Mar is really a golf cart community.
Yes, and that's
you
genius.
You can go to the Palmilla Hotel for dinner. You can go to the 96 Club, our beach club. You can drive
Cafe,
up. You can drive up
that's
to
fair too.
the cafe at Spare Two. You can go across the road in your golf cart to the shops at the Palmilla, where there's Nixon's and a lot of other restaurants and shopping. So quite a bit. And then if that's you want to venture out, they have drivers that'll stay with you the whole night and take you wherever you want to go in San Jose. I think really positive for Villa de Mar and our living has been the growth of restaurants in San Jose
Amazing.
versus Cabo. So instead of driving the highway all the way into Cabo, which is a ways, now we're just a short distance to numerous restaurants. We went to a Greek restaurant last night with some friends. We went and sat on the beach at Seven Seas, which is literally right around the corner for a full moon evening. So a lot of close proximity places that have, a lot of them have been here, but it popped up more to where it's just easier and safe, if you want to say that, and very safe to go in the evenings, especially during the day.
So you're happy with the security and the safety
Absolutely.
aspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the market continues to change and it continues to get better with new resorts and new restaurants. The destination is just a better destination than it was 10 years ago, as great as it was. Same weather, same beaches,
Yes.
but they just keep improving it and it enhances our lives and it, keeps you busy. The longer you're here, the more activities that you have.
Lots to do.
So, yeah, so there's one other thing, when we remodeled your house, Jack, we added a pizza oven for you. And that seems to be one of your favorite activities, is to have the whole neighborhood to the Layfields for pizza night. Is that?
Once a week at
Once
least.
a week, it seems.
Yeah.
It has created quite an event that you enjoy.
I'm there every time, so I never miss.
But we did, the pizza was a idea that came from really one of the other houses that you and I were involved in doing, or being around earlier, and but it provides a great evening for everybody to get together and create your own pizza. And we either have the chef from 96 Club come and bring the dough and the ingredients and cook, or we have our local manager of the Villa Lamar management come.
He makes a pretty good pizza.
He makes a good pizza. He enjoys it, and he likes to do it. He and his wife come, which is happening tomorrow night, actually. So we have a lot of people that show up, and it just becomes a fun evening. And that's one thing I'd add is unique to Villa Lamar, and is the community.
You made a lot of new friends.
You make a lot of new friends. You're not coming to the house that sits by itself, and you bring your own friends from Dallas or wherever. You come down here with the idea that you're going to have dinner with one couple one night, or two other couples the next night.
We've met a woman from Russia, a German woman. What
From
else?
all over the
I know,
world.
from
People
all over the world.
French.
The French lady that we just met recently. Everywhere, and then just us Texans.
So it's a very international destination
Very much,
for
yeah.
people. Well, we came here to talk about the dogs. We kind of skipped over that really quickly. I don't. Is there anything else you want to add
Well, we're
to the
looking
dog
forward
story?
to our new puppy event on Friday.
Oh, that's right.
And Israel, my famous dog trainer here, is going to help us with that. We're going to have all the dogs come and meet down at Cafe Espiritu, which we're all looking forward to. And Israel's going to make sure that no one gets too excited, which I'm happy to hear about. And have socialization with the dogs and the humans, and have a few cocktails and take them home
Should
for
be fun.
dinner.
Yeah, should
Oh,
be-
I'm looking forward
should
to
be
it.
fun.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to add? I've covered a number of topics. Is there anything that I missed, or anything you want to add?
I just want to thank Ron Hatfield for his vision,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
for just showing
Talking
me
Jack
this
into
view.
it?
Absolutely, and getting to know you and Stephanie,
No,
and
it's
you
been
all
our
mean
pleasure.
a lot to us
Yes,
now.
no, we're best of friends.
Become
Absolutely.
very special friends to us, and better place to be when we engage in our friendship.
So all you want to do is invite more people.
More
At least
people.
I do, because I want to
Yes.
sell more houses, so we just
Yes.
need more people. That's all we
And we
need.
need to have some more houses built, don't we?
We're getting ready to do that.
Yes.
That'd be great. Okay, whatever.
What do you want to say?
I was going to say, one of the best things you can do
Okay.
is subscribe to
Lifestyles in Cabo by Michael Baldwin.